In this tutorial, we're going to look at position view templates in RosterMate. We will cover position versus employee view, creating a template roster, and template tools and tips. A position view template means that positions appear down the left-hand side, and the cells in the table are filled with employees. This is different from an employee view template, where employees are down the left-hand side and positions appear inside the cells. We strongly recommend position view rosters if your primary question when building a roster is, do I have this role covered? This layout works best when coverage and compliance matters. You run fixed shifts, such as morning, afternoon, or night. Positions are non-negotiable, for example, RN, caregiver, or night supervisor. This is common in environments like retirement homes and aged care, hospitals and clinics, security, manufacturing, and call centers, or any regulated or minimum staff environment. By comparison, employee view rosters, where employees are down the sidebar and positions appear in the cells, work best when the primary question is, what is this person working? This layout is better when staff availability varies a lot, employees a wide variety of positions, and shifts are flexible or ad hoc. This is common in small teams and hospitality. If you've determined that an employee view template is better suited for your business, you can stop the video here and go watch the employee view templates tutorial instead. Now let's build a position view template. Templates are simply reusable rosters. The idea is that you build one or more templates and then reuse them to give yourself a head start when creating your live rosters. For some businesses, you might fill in 80% of the template because most staff work the same shifts every week. For others, you might only build the skeleton, positions and times, and assign staff each week in the actual rosters. To begin, click the Add Template button. Give your template a name. Select how many days the template will cover, then click Create Template. You'll now see a plus button in the middle of the screen. This is where you add areas. If you haven't yet set up areas or positions, pause this video and watch the Employee Setup Guide, Adding Staff and What Employees See video, and skip to 4 minutes and 36 seconds. Click the plus button, select Position View. You will see that a new table will be created with one row. For this tutorial, we'll assume the demo business has 3 main areas, so I'll click the plus button 2 more times to add those areas. Next, we'll add rows, 1 row per position that needs to be filled in each area, by clicking the Rows plus button. Then, using the Areas and Positions sidebar, I'll select the correct area and position name for each row. Now, we'll add times to the template. There are a few ways to do this. The fastest method is to set times for an entire row. Right-click on the position in the Areas and Positions sidebar for that row. Select the Set Row Times option, then set the times using the sliders, the time picker, or by typing the times directly in either 24-hour or 12-hour format. If many rows share the same time, for example 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., it's often faster to build one row, duplicate it, then change the position name. If you add too many rows, you can easily delete them. If you need to change the time for an individual cell, simply click on that cell's time and adjust it. Another option is the Set Time Template tool. This tool is useful when you want to change many individual cells to the same time. For example, after setting all row times, you might want all Sunday shifts to start 1 hour later. Select the Set Time Template tool. Choose the time will attach to your mouse, then click on any cells you want to apply that time to. To turn the tool off, click it again or press Escape on your keyboard. Now that I've made some progress, I'm going to click Save in the bottom right corner. It's a good idea to save regularly. It is important to note that if you're inactive in RosterMate for more than 40 minutes, you'll be logged out for security reasons, and any unsaved changes may be lost. If you try to leave the page with unsaved changes, RosterMate will warn you and ask if you want to save first. Now, let's add employees to the template. From the Employee sidebar, click an employee. They'll attach to your mouse, just like the time tool. Click on all the cells you want them to work. You can toggle the employee off by clicking their name again, pressing Escape, or selecting the next employee. If you have many employees, use the search or filters to find them quickly. If you have shifts that are never worked, for example, no one works in laundry on Sundays, you can use the Block tool. You can leave cells blank, but that can be ambiguous. Blocked cells clearly show that the shift does not exist. To remove a name or a block, use the Eraser tool. You can also erase just the time by clicking directly on the time inside the cell. This button simply toggles colors on and off. And the final tool is the Shift Requests tool. We'll cover this in much more detail in the rosters tutorial, but in short, it sends a shift request to all staff who are assigned that area and position once the roster goes live. In a template, this would be used when the same shifts each week are filled by a selection of any casual staff. Instead of calling casual workers, the first eligible employee to accept the request will automatically be added to the roster. The plus and minus buttons in the top right corner let you add or remove columns if you want to extend the template. Once your template is complete, click Save. You also have the ability to duplicate the template and rename it. Note that it will duplicate the template from the last save of that template, not necessarily what you see on the screen if you have unsaved changes. There is also the option to switch a template between Position View and Employee View. If you do this, always save your current view before switching and do not save the template while in the other view. Saving in the wrong view can cause layout changes when switching back due to ambiguous decisions the system has to make, so use this feature with caution. Finally, you can click, hold, and drag employee names to swap them. Drag positions in the Areas and Positions sidebar to move entire rows. The row will be inserted wherever the blue line appears. That's the end of this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll look at building a roster from a template and showing you how to publish it to your employees.